Good morning, I'm Maddie Jansen, and this is the podcast of 17 News at Sunrise. It's everything you need to know to start your day in about 15 minutes.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Sunrise.
This morning, 9 people are dead from vaping-related illnesses, and now doctors say there are ties between vaping and the flu. The reason to have it could make your chances of getting sick this season even greater.
An Amber Alert ends in tragedy. An update on the search for a 2-year-old Merced boy abducted by his father. Now family says both are dead.
This morning, a special story from inside a barn at the Kern County Fair about a lamb called Cow and a little girl who won't let cancer keep her from doing what she loves most. This is Tuesday, September 24th, 2019. Good morning. Great to have you with us. I'm Maddie Jansen alongside Vanessa Dillon in for Alex yet again as the fair continues with great stories like this one that Tab's going to bring us this morning.
I know, definitely looking forward to it. And of course, the great news is it's still looking really great out there, although I know we're seeing a warm up, right, Kev?
Yes, a little bit of a warm-up throughout today before we see another cool down. So there is relief on the way. It's just not going to be today or tomorrow. Yesterday's high, though, 89 degrees. So it wasn't bad. Far from the record of 107 set back in 1943. Currently, we're at 68 for Bakersfield. An east-southeast wind at 6 under clear skies. And if we're going to be heading to the fair this afternoon, here's what we can expect. Sunny skies at 3 o'clock, 91. By 6, we're at 93. And by 9 p.m., we'll be in the lower 80s. For Tehachapi, 54 degrees right now, a west-northwest wind at 6 miles per hour. We'll start out in the 50s, and then throughout the day, we're going to warm you up into the 80s, also a little on the breezy side. I'll have much more on your forecast that's coming up in just a little bit, but first, let's get a check of your morning commute.
All right, thanks so much, Kev. And taking a look outside at Highway 99 near White Lane, things are moving smoothly there. The only thing to mention is on Highway 99, northbound near the Buck Owens Boulevard off-ramp, there has been a crash. It appears there was a crash, and then also one of the vehicles ran into the guardrail there and a sign perhaps in the area. This just happened about 15 minutes ago. So CHP still on scene working on getting that cleaned up. Again, this is northbound 99 near Buck Owens Boulevard. Everything else, though, is looking open and clear. We'll have another check in about 15 minutes.
We want to bring some breaking news out of London. The British Supreme Court has ruled Prime Minister Boris Johnson's suspension of Parliament was illegal. Earlier this month, Johnson suspended Parliament for 5 weeks in an effort to make sure Britain leaves the European Union as planned at the end of October. Under the suspension, lawmakers were not able to sit, debate, or pass laws, meaning less time for opponents to try and stop his Brexit plan. Johnson did have to ask the Queen permission to suspend the parliamentary session, but the Supreme Court says his advice to her on the situation was unlawful. The Supreme Court says Parliament and its leaders will decide what to do next. The House of Commons Speaker says he welcomes the court's decision. Parliament is set to resume its session tomorrow morning.
America's vaping epidemic continues to worsen. This morning, 9 people have now died from vaping-related illnesses. The 9th patient lived in Kansas and is the second person in that state to die from a severe respiratory illness linked to vaping. The governor's office made the announcement yesterday, adding the man was over the age of 50 and also had underlying health conditions. The CDC is investigating hundreds of cases nationwide, though the majority of patients are between the ages of 18 and 34. Michigan and New York have passed bans on flavored e-cigarettes. Health officials say that they appeal to young people. Doctors now say vaping could mean worse cases of the flu this year. They say that means because people who vape or use e-cigarettes could have a weakened immune system. That in turn puts their lungs at higher risk of catching illnesses like a cold or the flu.
Those that vape or use e-cigarettes, they have a decreased immune response in their lungs, and that makes them a little bit more susceptible to viral infections.
Right now, the CDC is investigating more than 500 cases of possible lung illnesses associated with vaping.
We're expected to learn more today about the investigation underway after the discovery of 2 bodies linked to a suspended Amber Alert. Family members say those bodies belong to a young boy and his father. On Saturday, the CHP issued an alert for 2-year-old John Weir and his father, Stephen. Investigators believe Stephen abducted his son near Atwater and was armed and dangerous. Yesterday, the Tuolumne County Sheriff's Office announced a vehicle matching the description of their car was found at a campground in the Stanislaus National Forest. One woman was camping nearby when she saw flashing lights in sheriff deputies' cars. The deputies told her they pinged Stephen's cell phone to the area.
I'm just kind of stunned right now. You know, I'm trying to read my book and I just can't. I don't know. He said that the Amber Alert was pinged to this location. And I go, really? Around here? He says, yes.
The sheriff's office hasn't identified the bodies, but our affiliate in Fresno reports family members confirm the bodies belong to John and Stephen.
Bakersfield City School District is stepping up security on campuses with a new system that scans visitors to ensure they are not sex offenders. 6 schools in the district are now equipped with the Raptor visitor management system. When visitors go to those schools, the system will scan their photo ID. If they're clear, the system then prints out a badge with a picture of the visitor for them to wear while on campus. The badges also include the date it was issued and what the visit is for. BCSD plans to expand the system to all campuses next school year. Several other local districts already use the Raptor system.
A woman who police say used a baby stroller to try and cover up her crime is set to appear before a judge today. BPD detectives were working another case when they spotted a woman struggling to push a stroller on Ojai Court, so they stopped her. But rather than a baby in the stroller, officers found this. More than $6,000 in quarters. The woman tried to run, but officers caught up with her. While investigating, officers discovered a home on nearby Dalehurst Drive had just been burglarized. Officers arrested the woman, 29-year-old Darren Fritz. She faces several charges, including burglary and possession of stolen property.
A Bakersfield gynecologist and cosmetic surgeon wrapped up in an alleged billing fraud scheme is yet to be arraigned. Our cameras were there yesterday morning as Dr. Jason Helliwell faced a judge for the first time. Police arrested Helliwell last week. He's accused of grand theft, conspiracy, and making false claims for health benefits and faces 31 felony charges. There are 2 other defendants in this case, Brandon Williams and Tambra Head, but the judge postponed all 3 arraignments until next Thursday. Court documents reveal Helliwell is alleged to be involved in at least 2 more fraud schemes. Prosecutors say 2 insurance companies reported alleged billing fraud on the part of Helliwell back in 2013. You may remember in July 2018, the state medical board placed Helliwell on 42 months of probation after several allegations of misconduct. Last month, investigators from the DA's office searched Helliwell's office at Advanced Women's Health Center. The center has 2 other doctors in the practice and is still open for business.
Well, the lights are out for thousands of people in the Sierra Nevada foothills. PG&E shut off electricity there last night because of an elevated fire risk. About 24,000 customers, both businesses and homeowners, are being affected. One business owner says no power means no TV for Monday Night Football, no bathrooms, and food has to be thrown away. So she closed the doors of her restaurant and lost thousands of dollars in business.
I just don't think it's right that they do that to us. We have no recourse against them, and they just turn it off and make us deal with it.
PG&E expects the windy and dry weather that led to the shutoff to pass by about 9 o'clock this morning. After that happens and it's safe, crews will conduct safety inspections before restoring power. PG&E says the process usually takes 24 to 48 hours. And this just goes to show how easily and quickly a fire can spark. It wasn't a match or cigarette butt. CAL FIRE says it was a spark from a golf club that started what would be a 13-acre fire. It happened yesterday at a golf course in Corning. That's a city about 100 miles north of Sacramento. CAL FIRE says a man swung at a golf ball but accidentally hit a rock instead. Because the golf club is made of metal, it created an ember which sparked the fire. Despite the dry grass and some wind, firefighters knocked down the flames in about 20 minutes. A new test reveals higher than normal salinity levels in some Kern County groundwater. The study by USGS found the higher levels near 3 oil fields in the western part of the county, the Lost Hills, North Belridge, and South Belridge oil fields. The water is not a source of drinking water because it's naturally brackish or salty, but some farmers use it on their fields. The salinity increases come from saline water discharged from oil fields. The study is the first to show disposed water migrating outwards from underground injection disposal wells in California. The agencies involved will evaluate if further groundwater studies are needed.
Bakersfield needs a new city manager, and tonight people can join a meeting on choosing the next one. City manager Alan Tandy will retire at the end of the year after 27 years in the position. Bakersfield retained the agency Roberts Consulting to recruit the next city manager. There will be a public meeting on the search starting at 6 p.m. in council chambers at City Hall South. The city says it will use your input as part of its search.
Well, as the Kern County Fair continues, Bakersfield's Best Singers took the stage last night to compete for the Grand Karaoke Championship. 17's Karen Waugh was there for the music and joins us with more.
Well, perfect timing. Just as the 17th season of The Voice premiered on NBC, Bakersfield had its own rendition of The Voice.
Come on. This is American Idol, but local. Come on. Woo!
It's a call for the best voices in Bakersfield.
12 locations throughout the summer are hosting open competition.
Let's get it on. The search that spanned all summer for talent of all ages.
I stumbled into Banachek's on my birthday, and I sang and was informed that there was a karaoke contest.
I sang at the 1933, and I sang Old Town Road, and that's what got me here.
All leading up to this stage.
12 men, 12 women are all coming out to compete tonight for the title of Male or Female Vocalist of the Year.
High-profile judges from the music industry, including some from Los Angeles, made the final decision.
Tonight is the finals. This is the best of the best.
The grand prize for the two winners, a demo CD from Bakersfield Music Studio. But the competitors kept in mind the real prize.
It's just kind of my joy. I sing to make me happy.
It just brings out the real me.
People that do karaoke do it for the fun. The competition's just a bonus right now.
And congratulations to Herb Mallory and Valen Transmeyer, the male and female winners of this year. I'm Karen Waugh, 17 News.
Today and tomorrow are school days at the fair. That means school kids in preschool through 6th grade get in for free from 9 a.m. through noon. And tomorrow is also Wild Wednesday. You can get a voucher for a $6 ticket in any Les Schwab tire shop in Bakersfield. We've posted a list of them on our website, kgt.com.
512 still ahead this morning on Sunrise. Another tragic situation. A brother and sister dead after a shooting.
What we're learning about the man accused of killing them and how neighbors are reacting to the deadly shooting.
Welcome back in your 17 Health Watch. Kern Medical is working to make sure student athletes are healthy and can take part in school sports. The healthcare organization is providing free sports physicals to Wasco High School student athletes tonight from 6 to 8 at Wasco High. Representatives will be in rooms 805, 806, and 807 behind the main office. Just a reminder, the event is exclusive to Wasco High School student athletes.
Adventist Health also wants to make sure our community is healthy. With flu season approaching, Adventist is holding a free drive-through flu shot clinic this weekend. It's happening this Saturday at Adventist Health at 29th Street and Chester Avenue. It starts at 7 a.m. and will run until doses are gone. The clinic is for adults only, so people 18 years and older.
Still ahead this morning on Sunrise, it's time to sharpen up those interview skills.
That's right. The Tahone Ranch Commerce Center is hiring. Find out what and how you can get those resumes ready just in time for that job fair.
KGET Business Watch is brought to you by Grapevine MSP Technology Services, the Valley's leading IT service provider.
Welcome back. A Cataldo's Pizzeria in Southwest Bakersfield is still closed this morning after county health inspectors found a cockroach infestation. Inspectors visited the popular pizza spot on New Stein Road Friday. According to the report, they found cockroaches throughout the restaurant. Some were even inside open pizza mix. The report notes the owner kept the restaurant open despite the active infestation. We tried calling the restaurant and did not hear back. Tahone Ranch is hiring, and job seekers have the opportunity to gain employment at a job fair coming up in Lebec. The Tahone Ranch Commerce Center will have a job fair next Wednesday. Some employers include major distribution and distributors, including Caterpillar and Dollar General. Plus, local businesses are hiring as well. The fair is happening from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Petros Shopping Center on Dennis McCarthy Drive. That's off Interstate 5 across the highway from the outlets at Tejon.